Hello and welcome back. Now though, before I start, there's just a couple of things I need to sort of say from last session that I I hate that when you literally you've got exactly where you're going to go in your head. It'll come to me, so I'm going to just ignore that. I did notice I've just literally come on and just check the contract. Oh, that's what I was going to say. I'm glad that we did that. Basically, I had two mods on. More missions allowed, which we know only allowed me 2 missions anyway, so that was not a grand amount. But also better contracts. So, I've switched them both off because I don't know if... What I'm going to do is switch one of them on at a time to see if... which one of them is affecting missions or whether it is the map or whatever. So I'm not pointing fingers, I'm just testing. So we've switched the better missions available and more missions allowed. That both of those mods are off. So literally we are now on standard contracts, so we should be able to afford literally. So what we're going to do is we are going to grab, actually thinking about this, it won't let me grab them both, will it? So let's just... Yeah, it is. So we're on standard ones. So let's grab the Fent GT. Where did I leave the Fent GT? I think we did the aborted contract that reminds me with all that. That was another thing I meant to say as well. I'm going to talk as I go though. Let's just find the Fent GT. It's the only thing with not having the tab mod. It's good in some ways, but is that... Did I have any active things over there? No. Is it on my land then? Over here. Was I doing anything? Come on, I have not lost the Fent GT. Oh, hang on, was it in the biogas? What? Where's the Fent GT gone? Ah, yes, of course it was. Right, smashing. We did those fertilising contracts. It's all coming back to me now. Right, so let's have a look then. Let's have a look at the active one that we've got. Whereabouts are we? Let's pull out a bit. Oh, God, where are we? Oh, of course, I'm used to seeing the better contracts mod that flashes it at you. So that means I've got to manually look ourselves. So we're on field 24. So let's have a look. It's quite useful, that is, the way that it does that flashy bit. 24, 34. Oh, wow. That's a big, massive one, isn't it? Smashing. Right, okay. So that's where we're going to go then. Yes, I should talk on the way. Because I did check out the footage. It's got to be a mod clash because obviously we've got seasons on, and seasons you cannot TED in the standard traditional way that the base game does. It literally dries itself out. So I wondered if I'd sped time up too fast or what had I done to... Was it my mistake? But when we took that contract on, literally in editing I checked it back, I sped time up, it was at 60 times, but that didn't really matter. The grass had got to dry anyway, and the grass dried. It went funny obviously at 9 o'clock. The better contracts mod must do something, as in like refresh contracts, but also not only refresh contracts, it gets rid of contracts that you've got going. So, well, this is I'm surmising, I can't say that. Bottom line is, at 9:01, obviously bearing in mind it's going at 60 times, it flicks a wage cost, and then at 9:04 the tractor disappeared. But I went downstairs for a cup of tea. It actually went wrong almost seconds after I went down, leaving it obviously recording. I went down to make a cup of tea, came back up sort of 10 minutes later, and all hell had broken loose, and all I came back to was the fact that the tractor and everything to do with that mission had disappeared. But obviously I had to carry on with the recording. But when I came to check the editing, at 9:01 it all went wrong. The tractor and everything disappeared from the contract, which obviously I didn't notice. It sort of flicks because it's at 60 times, the minutes are going like every second. But at 9:04 literally you just see the windrower just literally sort of flicking by and the shadows flicking by, and I watched that in editing back to see the exact time. The exact time when it turned from grass to hay, and it was at about 6:30 at night. So no matter what way you look at things, we had got to we didn't do anything wrong, because the hay had got to turn to hay because it's seasons. So the bottom line is we did everything correctly. The game, obviously, whether it's the better contracts mod or whatever, that's a look. 22, a bit further. Yeah, it's not 15, it's the next one down. Let's just go along the edge. Yeah, so literally we did everything that we should have done by the book, and it definitely was not our fault, which that's the good news. But then comes the question, is it the better contracts mod? Because obviously we know that you can refresh contracts, it has that ability. So to me it seems the likely candidate, but I've also got that more missions allowed, which we know, strangely enough, I'm sure it's supposed to allow more than just one. But I'm wondering, is it a mod clash with between those two mods, is what I'm thinking. Then is this field 24? Yes, it is. Okay, we're going to set courseplay going. Now this has got an island as well, so let's change the view. More money is more health than I've ever seen it. Ever seen it. So that is brilliant. So course generation. Field 24. It's got that weird island which we'll manually do. It's going to do strange things, isn't it? It's going to try to do that weird island thing. Oh, it has worked it out. It's doing a weird thing there, that red line, but hey ho, let's try it. Hang on a minute. This is going to go wrong, isn't it? With having the trailer. Okay, no, and we will do it, but I'll tell you what we're going to do is we are going to have to get rid of that. We know that the fertilizer's literally going to be good enough, but if we leave that on, it's going to go funny. So okay then, so that's the fertilizing contract. That's going to bring quite a lot of money. Let us go to... Now then, there's a couple of things that we've been talking about there. Now what I'd like... Oh, we're using the Fendt GT there though, aren't we? So we can't do that. We can't use the mower. So we'll let that fertilise, and maybe next episode, because I'm not under any illusion that that's going to take probably this entire episode. Now we've done all of our field work down here. That's all finished. Everything. Let's go to precision farming. Horrible soil types. Yeah, we've got pH perfect and nitrogen. That window, that strip, I said that I'd have to do, and it's the same on all of those. Nitrogen's good. pH is good on all of those. That's the best soil. We've got that along the top. That's fantastic. So we've got placed a slurry yard. We've placed our house and the windmill. So we've got both of our mods for producing passive income. The one thing we did say we'd do was to grab the compact storage. I don't know. I'm going to keep that close to my chest at the minute. Let's leave that running and let's go and see if we can. I'm trying to think what we can do. I'll tell you what I'd like to do. Let's just go to the shop. Let's go to the. Oops. Let's go for the right one. I'd like to have a wander and see. I'm trying to think if there's anything we can actually do. We've done all that. We want to cut the grass. That's what I was going to do this episode, but because of using the Fendt GT, which is the perfect cutter, the one that's best suited for that, then we shall leave that alone. There's bits and bobs of wood that I need to sort out. Yeah. One thing I would like to do, I'll probably cut those sticky out, that island there, if we're allowed. There are some trees on this field I remember before that take an absolute age, and I don't want to drag you guys through and gals through too much of that. I'm not going to move that massive bank there because that's actually the separator to field 46, so I'm just keep this field. We cleared this bit up here and I'm happy with that. So yeah, we'll make the most use out of this that we possibly can. That's as big as it's going to get, and then there's the field where our house is, which let's just go and have a quick look. Hang on, that is one thing I am going to do. Let's grab a let's grab a chainsaw. I'll go for the electric one. I like that. Actually, I like the lightsabers, but trying to be a little bit realistic then. Let's just go and cut that little piece of wood. I have got the lumberjack mod on, which means I can actually get rid of tree stumps. Tree stumps even. At least I could if it would show red. Okay. Okay, or we could just do that and... Oh, hang on, what was that? There's a bit of green there. Okay, but we can't see it. That'll do me. Yeah. One thing I would like to do is to say I would like to put the compact storage, but I'm just going to keep that money for the minute. You never know when something... the one thing I would really love is something like the Argotron, which is either that or maybe... Let's just have a quick look. I seriously think... I know these tractors have done us proud, but I think we need a bit more horsepower to get some of these jobs done a little easier, and also to make use of those front boxes a little bit better. They can really come into their own if you've got the right kind of tractor. So let's just have a quick look. My go-to normally, I absolutely love the Argotron, especially chipped as well. It makes it into a 300 horsepower beast, but it's cheap as chips. So yes, I also like the that one there, but it's doesn't like to stop. I'll explain what I mean. It's I like the fact it's a brilliant one for mowing, and you can put a front 3-point link on it, but it's so heavy that literally when you brake, it takes a long time for it to brake, which would be realistic because it is a very heavy tractor. But that puts me off it a little bit, and also it is dearer than the Argotron by nature, but it's got a good horsepower naturally as well without any... I like this lot actually. These are good. I used the Sammy Titan on my Greenwich Valley, and that was my literally the backbone of that for a long time. So again, I like that one. So I don't know. I think that's best all rounder is probably the Argotron. I love the MX Magnum as well, but we won't have that type of cash for a long time. So yeah, if we were to go for this, how much would it cost us second hand as well? We'll stick to the standard wheels because we've got the Fendt GT that literally is good enough for... We would tune it, would want it to be as powerful as possible. We'll go for the... Yeah, so that's 300 horsepower. Don't need another front loader attacher. We've got 2 tractors, but that's because it's quite a heavy... So it's a medium tractor. It is quite heavy, but obviously with the chip tuning, that 300 horsepower means it is a right meaty beast. It also does 30 odd miles an hour, so it does nip across the map really easily, and that would be 37 grand. In fact, yeah, without the... You could almost afford it, to be honest, if we... What else could we do? No, we left that default. We had nothing on the front standard. What does that do for us? Yeah, it's that, and putting the front PTO that literally... so how much is it with? A weight carrier, so you could literally stick a... Oh, it just means that you have to put a weight on yourself then, doesn't it, like that? Yeah. Okay, so to be honest, if we didn't want the front 3-point link, which we really would, we could buy that now, but to be honest, I would want the 3-point link. I just don't see... I know it boosts it up something chronic, but That is makes it such a versatile tractor. So that is what I would like to do to put us on the map. I think it's definitely equipment time. This is a fantastic mod, but obviously this is 120 horsepower. The Fendt GT is 46 horsepower. One thing I'd like to do is just quickly take us to... I mentioned a few episodes ago, we've got that thin strip, our fields, that run all the way along the top of that, and the end at that forest. I have never had a poke around. I'm thinking of winter. I know it's only early summer, we've got our fields to do, and we've got all of our grass to cut and all the rest of it. But what I'm thinking of is in winter, we've got a lot... I know we are going to buy fields, obviously, but also this first year, we're not going to suddenly become loaded. We're on hard economy. It's tough to make money. So I'm thinking, if we hired the Tree Maverick and just literally did some proper tree husbandry, literally wood chipped, we'd need a bigger, probably that's the trailer that I hired. I really do think that's fantastic. But we could carve a field out, a decent sized field. Let's just have a look. A decent sized field. And the other thing I'm thinking is, sawmill is there. That periphery there, this patch here, that is... Let's go over there, because I'm not sure. That is a decent side field. So is that's already connected to our existing field. But so is that. Or even better, join these two together and make a sort of fairly decent sort of square field. It's going to be about as big as field 47, which is... Yeah, it's actually slightly bigger, so it'd be about 1.2 hectares, which is that equivalent to field 7? No, that's bigger than that, isn't it? Yeah, it's but field 5, 1.26. It would be about the equivalent. Looking at that, actually, it's a bit bigger, but not a lot. It would actually give us the equivalent to a proper field. But let's just go and have a quick look. Let's see how flat the land is. You know, obviously, we've got to do major work on it. So this is not the one we want, because this is split by the road. It's the next one along. Let's just have a quick look. Oops, sorry for clicking the field. Yeah, no, it's up here. Let's just follow that track there. I remember seeing Mr. CDP do that field there. I think he did... Ooh, poplars. Yeah, it was that field he did poplars on. So here, this little track here, I mean, these are proper trees, and we could properly wood... Oh, it's got a house there. Well, that's not really going to hurt, is it? Could we still... Yeah, we could. We could still make a really decent... It doesn't look terribly unflat, to be honest. Let's have a bit of a wander through. Let's get out of the tractor. Let's have a bit of a walk. Yeah, it's going to need a bit of work, isn't it? Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. Maybe not the best of fields, truthfully, but this bit is obviously very uneven and would not make. But this patch up here, trouble is that's... Yeah, no, it's not going to work, is it? But we could at least do some wood chipping. I'd definitely scrub that idea. It's way... That's the edge of the map. Of course it is. Yeah, I mean, you've got this patch of grass that's obviously the start of the field, and you could open that out, but it's not going to be... No, I think let's go the traditional route. We'll save up our money, maybe do some contracts this first year to actually buy... My first thought, if we're buying fields, is field 7, and I tell you for why. You probably can guess. It's 133,000, but it's got that. Now we could plough that out and make field 7 actually into a bigger field. We've got all that periphery there, so we could literally do field 7 all the way down there and make that into quite a reasonable sized first field with that, so we'd actually keep that bit of periphery and make field 7 a bit bigger. I think that would work. Field 5's a nice one to have, and it's also right near the biogas, so not probably a bad one to actually convert to a proper grass field. So those two, and they're both just over, well, that's under 100,000, and that one is just over 100,000, 133. So I'm trying to find, that's not a bad price for all that you get. You've got a bit of wood cutting to do. That's actually good value when you consider field 7. 7. Oh, actually, field 7 is bigger than that, which that's bizarre because it doesn't look that big. I know you've got some stuff growing across that which actually reduce it, so it might be that does it. Right, let's have a look at some other ones. Let's look for some reasonable ones. We don't want to be. I don't like wandering too far. You know, where you've got to go a long way. I like my farm to be fairly central. Eventually, I'd like to buy these. So even if at the minute our farm is this section of the map, so if that is the case, I'd eventually, obviously, when we've got a lot of things here, including our house, so we either totally don't buy that, or we do it later just for the cow yard, because that's 500 cows, and to be honest, you can pay 267,000 or 300,000 for just that lone oak thing, the cattle pasture. So to be honest, for 267 you get all that grass as well, all of those absolutely fantastic buildings, silo and all the rest of it for 267, so it is very good value. But then that would mean we would have to sell our mats and we'd start to have to move our operations here. If we did that, I like things central. If I'd bought 5 and 7 by then, I would sell those two and literally buy something over that way. Which is 33. I bet it's expensive. It is, yeah, 300. So as much as the farm. That's not too bad though. 131. Yeah, and again, we've got all this periphery, so if we're going to do that, it wouldn't be a bad idea to just literally clear that section of forest and just extend 34 a little bit. So yeah, these are just, again, I'm just talking plans while we've got this little bit of time, and let's just have a look how the contract's going. Oh wow, 55%. So that's definitely scrub that idea about making a field there. It's just way too uneven, but it is a good way. I do think either tree maverick and do some wood chipping over the winter. We'll have the compact storage by that time over the roads, just so we can keep lugging our loads. Even if we did it early winter, we could throw the wood chips into the compact storage, 500,000 litres worth, 500 tonnes, and we could wait until the price gets its best and then just run it over to the sawmill, because it's not far away from the sawmill. So win-win, sort of some free money to hopefully over the winter, if we've not made much money, because I'm not expecting us to do miracles. It's early summer. We've got our bit of crop, which if you were to add all of that up, I'd imagine maybe slightly bigger than field 5, thinking about looking at those strips and putting those in. I think that strip alone and that strip probably equals field 5. So if you did that, and that, I don't think you're far off field 7, which is quite a respectable amount. We've also got this grass that I want to cut. This grass, that's the point. Let's just see how we're doing on growth. Just knock the grass off, because you need to do that to see grass growth. Let's see, it was growing. Oh, ready to harvest. So fantastic, and that's in the orange state, so we get a 50% bonus on that. And then we've got the patch field 14, that patch there near the shop, that's all orange, and that there. So to be honest, we would get, if we cut all of those areas that we're allowed to cut, then we would get quite a lot of grass, which we can make silage into, which should, we know last time it earned us, I think it was 30-odd thousand, maybe 40,000. So we'd get more than that, which would mean, so I've got to get the compact storage. It's the one thing I have got to do, so I can't get sort of too complacent. Whoa. Okay, let's see how easy this is to flip. So it's going to be another one of those tractors that's a monster to flip. I can normally flip those tractors. With the semi-argon is an absolute nightmare. That is one tractor I cannot flip. It's got a weird... Okay, this might be the second tractor I can't flip. Oh, come on. Really? Okay, I'm going to reset this because I don't... Oh, no, it's not going to get rid of the fuel. Only because I've noticed in this Let's Play that I have tended to use because we haven't got the equipment. Normally, I try to use what equipment I've got to. Let's reset that. Oh, of course, it's doing all the bits at a time, isn't it? Which means they're all going to need repairing again. Okay, let's go to the shop. Oh no, doesn't reset to the shop, does it? Oh well, it's one way to collect the weight that we've been... Oh, look at the damage on that. Oh my life. I knew it did some damage, but really? Nearly 100%? Oh my life. Right, well, it's done us one favour, and that in so much as we can grab the weight that we've had here forever. I think that is the right way, isn't it? Okay, let's try and do a bit of a sneaky sort of shortcut. I know this has been a weird session, but that's probably typical because I must admit I am a bit tired. So let's just go with it. Alright, so let's have a look at the periphery. I know that's one thing I was thinking. If we are going to make this our home, I'd like to do what both Dagwin and Mr. CLP did, which is to cut a path through the forest to make the best possible way through. But I only want to make a road. I'm not trying to literally decimate the forest, but just to make a route through that's the best possible route without, so I'd have to go through that to avoid field 29. Oh, so someone's almost marked a good way for you to do this already, haven't they? Yeah, let's look this way. Oh my life, this needs a wash. Yeah, so basically, let's look at this. Let's look at the direction we are facing. Oh, we want to face way to the right, don't we? In fact, truthfully, we wanted to cut sort of across here and then up there. We are way out. We're going to come out near 11 and 12. Oh well, let's face this for now because I don't want to be going... Oh my life, the ground is uneven. We're going to do a road. We're going to have to... Did muck on this. Oh, now that's one thing I can do. Let's stop being silly. Let's at least clean it so I can see out the windows, right? That's better, definitely. So then let's come out near field 11 and 12. Wow, if we are doing the road through this, it's definitely going to have to be... Let's try and avoid these trees. We have to get snarled up those. To the bird song. Now then, will that let us through? No, it won't, will it? It's too thick. Let's try and find there's going to be a way out. Where? It's guiding us. Ah, I can see over there. Can I see a way out there? Not sure. Try. Yeah, brilliant. Field 11. Right, so yeah, I think that's going to take some more scouting out. That's definitely Tree Maverick territory, though, without a shadow of a doubt. So we shall come back when we've got the Tree Maverick, and with the compact storage being just going to be stored just over to the right of us, it's not too far to go with wood chips. But that's probably the most practical thing we could do with the Tree Maverick, which is obviously just to set it making a useful path. But I think we'd cut it if we start from the shop end and make our way sort of through with that I think would be the best way. I'm trying to think actually now. See you coming up behind me. Oh wow, those mirrors are good. I've got realistic cab view enabled, and it really is. Using cab view with those mirrors on is fantastic. Go on, past me. I can go on the side of the road. Trying to think, is this best for me? Oh, I can't. I can only have one contract now, so you can't. I've got what I've got now, so. Trying to think whether if I could grab one of the butterfly mowers for it. Ah, no, I'm being silly. I know what I was going to do. Idiot. I was going to buy a second Fendt GT. I was planning on this all along. Let's just do that now. Isn't that weird? I couldn't remember that all this sort of time. Let's buy a second Fendt GT, because 2 mowers will be absolutely brilliant anyway. So let's buy that. I'm going to go for a different colour. I like the orange. Design colour. Rim colour. I like to go for the white. It looks really nice with the orange. No. Yeah, that looks nice. Design colour. Is that the seat? I can't see any green on that at all. Okay. I'm not tuning it. I'm leaving these in their normal full glory. Do I need front loader attach on this one? No, we'll just have the one. I just don't see the need. Now, at the minute, I'm not going to buy. I know what I'm going to do. Actually, let's grab that. Let's get in the tractor. I want to repair this whilst I remember. I don't want to forget that it's so badly damaged. We'll repair that. We'll repair the new Fendt GT. We'll grab the mowers and we'll manually mow what we've got, or even set course by. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'd like to get that going. We can at least during this episode do 2 things rather than just wander around. But at least we've set plans in motion. I think it is equally important to set plans in motion than it is to actually do the things. If you've got a clear-cut plan, it actually enormously helps you, because you know where you're going. If you sort of shilly-shally around not knowing what your plan of action is, I always find you don't do so well. So repair. No, I don't know what to repair. Oh, it won't let me repair it. Okay, it's bizarre. Okay. So it won't let me repair the adapter. Mind you, I don't suppose there's much that could go wrong with the adapter, I suppose. Right, so if we stick that there, we've now got the weight retrieved, which I wanted to do for absolutely forever. Right, let's get the Fendt GT, let's repair that, and fuel it up across the road. Wow, look at that, second-hand equipment mod. I do think it's a very balanced mod. I did go through a period where I was not slagging it off, but I was like going, oh, the second-hand equipment mod. It was the Sammy Argon actually that was at fault, not the second-hand equipment mod. If you and I don't know whether it's. Oh, well, I must get rid of that tree. Must tree maverick that at some point. Okay. Let's go grass cutting. Let's pull that and follow me, because I'm probably trying to think, because we have got a lot of grass cutting to do. I could probably windrow straight after this. Let's drop that. No, let's not actually. We might need it. You never know. Really useful. Ooh. Excellent. Let's go. Let's stop you. And, oh wow, yeah, let's see what I mean about it. Let's just do that last little bit. Okay, brilliant. Let's collect on that, and we should do that other one that was absolutely amazing money as well. Space. Collect. Fertilising field 32. We're going to do it anyway, so I'm going to accept. And then we'll field 32. Where are you? 32. Oh, it is a big field right by the... Okay, I think the easiest way is to... this would be a good one for going through the forest, wouldn't it? Now this is a square field, so... But to be honest, we know that I really don't need that weight. Let's try sneaking through the forest. Let's see if we can find a way. This is right, isn't it? Yeah. Can we... It's going to go thick very quickly, so I can see that. Whoa. Yeah. Okay. It's going to be an adventure, I can see. By an adventure, I'm hoping it's not going to be coming to a nightmare. Oh, that's not too bad a clearing. There's bits of it that are quite reasonable. Let's just make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. No, I'm not. I need to go this way a bit. Yeah. Very uneven. It's going to be fun levelling a road, but... Whoa. Now then, can you let me through or am I going to get stopped? That looks like nasty, snarly ways that are going to stop me. Oh, can I get through that bit? That looks like it's got a bit of a break. Might be wrong. No. Okay. 32 straight ahead. Need to find the way out. They don't have this field. It's got a fence. I can see that. Let's have a look. Where do you end? Oh, okay. You're going to go down the side. Brilliant. I was just going to say, we had 30,000. Why we only got 40,000 when we got a 21 grand contract? Perhaps because I just spent a lot of money on the tractor that I've just bought. Maybe that's the reason. We're going to set this going and then we're going to grab the new fence and we'll start the grass cutting. But I think we'll only just be marking the fields. But I do want to finish this field contract. That'll probably be the end of this particular session. I'm trying to keep my sessions to a steady 45 minutes because some of mine have been... one the other day was 2.5 hours long. I knew that was going to be a long one, but I never thought for 1 minute it'd be that. That was terrible, so... Yeah, I want to do this so I don't have to slice my videos because it takes absolutely ages to edit and slice a video into 2 pieces. Let's change the view. Okay. Let's clear that. We want to... Course generation, field 32, headland passes, we don't care now, we can 3, but yeah. Drive. Okay then, let's leave that going. Let's jump into our new Fendt GT, which we left actually in the... Oh, I'm going to left the engine running. Right, okay, so we need fuel. So let's go get that first. Our mowers we left by our old house, which is now just a white block in the middle of nowhere. So at least... Let's go and cut the grass. Now then, weather. Let's just be sensible first. What's the weather like today? Yeah, 2 days of fine weather, so That's not going to matter. Right, let's get grass cutting. Now we've already sort of marked. Oh, every time I see that hay, drives me crazy. 59,000 we lost, and we'd actually half done that. All we were waiting for was literally that turned into hay, and all we got left to do was bale. We windrowed, cut and everything. Still annoys me, especially knowing that actually we did do nothing wrong. That's what really I think annoys me the most, that we'd probably done the equivalent of 40,000 if you were to measure that contract at 40 grand, or at least half of that, 30,000 work, and then just pulled the rug. I'm not trying to say that so that I get the money back. I literally said that's it, it's gone. You can't always do that, even though it really was not our fault at all. I'm absolutely gutted by that failure. It was terrible. Let's move that winter out of the way. Oh no, actually I don't think it's in the way, is it? Because that bit of the field we can't cut. So this is all safe where it is. Let's cut that on. When we do get a bit better off, I'd like to respray all of these things that are damaged as well. I want to give them a bit of TLC, like somebody actually cares about them, as they do. Okay, let's go. I want to cut the field that I've never cut before, because we want to mark that one out. It's a narrow field, so that's growing nicely. More than the tiny little start that they start off. That's nice to see. Yes, we should cut that the long strip. It's over the brow of that hill. We shall coarse play it. We shall go and get the John Deere. Oh, I should have put the John Deere on follow me, shouldn't I? And then I could have windrowed it manually. Yeah, my plan is on these long strips, apart from like the one that I would add to field 7, is literally to release them. But I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to release them now or anything silly, because I don't mean it funny, but you just don't know. I don't know. The money is not brilliant on this particular. What am I doing? I'm there. Now we need to mark the edge on this one. We need to clang into the side. Oh no, we don't. We can follow the line, can't we? There it is. If we follow that line. And then we'll just mark the edge of the field. So if we try that as a continuance, mind you, that's going to be difficult. I could really do with ploughing a line, couldn't I? So I can see where it is. There's a bit of a guide. So let's go back and grab the John Deere. Oh, I left that running. Okay, let's drop the weight, because we definitely don't need this for ploughing. I believe I left the plough over by the edge of here somewhere. Sure I did. I think it was on this long strip. Sure I left it there. Yeah, I can see it. Wow, for saying I've got a dodgy memory. Amazing now, some things you remember and other things you don't when you get to my age. It's middle-aged memory, but it's amazing how the odd thing sticks in, look almost fantastically. Right then, I can see where it is. I just never remember the. I'm really not sure whether these tyres, the standards, are thins or not. We ought to try it on some of our own land, just to see if we damage a corner of the field. Let's just see. Oh wow. Because we have got crop damage on. Front wheels are thins, back wheels are standards. Right, okay. That was a nasty thing to learn. Okay. Oh. Crashing. Let's go across the top of our field. What? I was moving, I did see you. You've got me pinned. Oh my life. Now I'm doing more damage to my field. Oh, you're a menace. Do you know? Oh, I don't know. Right, let's get this done. We'll plough one strip. It's a shame, actually. I can't make this into... I could, I suppose. I could go to the shop and make it into a... Let's do this properly. You can change the furrow on this to... Oh, let's not try and damage anyone's crop, even though I know I can't. But let's go and change this to the minimum furrow, because this is just for marking out. I don't really want to waste that much field. Well, I don't know, though, actually, thinking about it. I think I would rather a wider spread. I know it looks like I'm indecisive, but I'm actually just talking through weighing it up rather than being indecisive, because I do want it to be quite a big strip, because I don't want to do a very narrow strip when I'm too close to the edge of the thing. If we're cutting that, 2.1 metres is not a bad width to stay clear of the edge of the map. So I definitely think, although this is a pain in the backside because it's slowing me down, I might not get to do... No, that's my timer gone to say I'm done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark this. Obviously I'm going to finish that contract. I don't want to ever do this 50%. So we've got till the end of that contract to probably just cut the line on that field, so that next time we can do the grass, the mowing. I might even just mark the field out. That might be the things I do, but we've got the grass to cut here next time. The grass to cut there on that strip that we're going to measure, and the grass just doing those two other fields. So next time we might buy another mower set and do 2 of the Fenton GTs, both mowing next session, just all grass, all our work. And if there is a fertiliser job, we'll use this one, I think. Don't want this to be a mega long session, but I think we're good. So I need to, if I ever did want this to be, I'd have to change the tyres to narrows. That was weird, that was. So those front tyres are narrows, but the rear ones aren't. That's one thing I was saying. The Fenton GT is one of the few tractors that I think looks good in narrows. I wonder whether this would look decent in narrows. I don't think it would. Very few tractors can actually carry narrows and actually not look weird. I think the Fenton GT carries it really well. There's a couple of Massey Fergusons as well, some of the small ones that actually look fine with narrows, but there's not many tractors, once you put them on narrows, they all look gangly and weird. Right, let's get ready. Allow create fields. We might need to move the fence. I think I've actually left it right in the way, haven't I? Ooh. Gordon Bennett. Oh no, I haven't. I actually just clang against the side to know where I am. No. Ah, I am. I was quite close. Just level out. Keep us level. This is one time where the GPS would be very useful. Keep a straight line on the edge of a field where you can't see the real edge of the line. I'm missing a trick here, aren't I? Can be doing 2 things at once and then lift the plough at the bottom. weird at that point there where it goes brown. That'll be the end of this. So you have to plough. Oh, alright, I literally am against the edge. Class this as 38A, being as it's right next to 38. That's what we'll do. Could have chosen any of these field numbers, but that'll do. 38A. Let's make sure we don't destroy our crops. Sooner lose a bit of field than a bit of crop. Save 38A field edge. Save. Brilliant. Okay. Lovely. So let's have a look at the contract's doing 83%. Right, I reckon that's how we're going to finish it. We'll pop over and I don't know though. I don't want to be time lapsing for just a couple of minutes. It just seems so silly. Let's at least set the Fent GT running. Let's set the course going, and we'll just literally leave it. Let's record the course, set him going, and leave it at that. So at least it'll have cut a little bit, and we'll have set the course for next time. Okay, let's set this going. Right, 38A field edge. Course generation, currently loaded course, headland 1 I think, because it's narrow. In fact, let's go for narrow field. We want 7 meters. Yeah. And we want to start at first. Delete. Let's just watch this. Sit back and oh no, that's not. Let's go and at least be useful. What we could do is grab the windrower, drop the plough off at the where all the other implements go. At least we could get it ready for next time, rather than just sitting and watching. Because to be honest, as I said, I don't want to be doing a time lapse for 2 minutes when I know that the contract's nearly finished. Let's have a look. Yeah, very nearly. We'll probably just grab that and that's it. I never expected to be doing an awful lot. Switch allow create fields off and make sure I've done it. Yeah, I have. Or at least I'm getting better at switching off the menu. When I first started content creation, there were a couple of episodes where I had it on for half an episode on my Greenwich Valley, and obviously you're wanting to appear. Oh yeah, that's right. It's on the edge of the field when I was weeding, herbiciding. Obviously I did miss bits on the edge, so that actually makes perfect sense on why we can see. Oh, it doesn't make much sense there though. Why can I see weeds there? I know, right, let's grab you. Let's collect. Let's grab the... I know. It's just... we'll call it... Oh, am I going the right way? Yeah, I am. We'll stop it there. Wow, that is the most I've ever seen this at. I know I said I was going to get the Argotron, but at the minute I'm going to keep things as they are. The grass doesn't need anything more powerful than that. We've got the compact storage and things like that to do, so I think we'll just see if there's what other contracts they've got available that are decent. Oh, I'm not going for another baling one at the minute, although I would like to try one of those if we've got a decent one. So let's just switch to... One thing I'd like to do is just grab that equipment like we said. Now, where am I? Over there. Yep, I am. Let's go and drop this off, and we'll grab the windrower. Won't grab the loading rag, and we'll do that another time. But we'll drop this plough off, grab the windrower, and take that down, and then that's where we'll leave it. That is going to be the last thing we do today. So I'm quite pleased. We've laid foundations to plans, which I always think are very important. We found out that this has not got narrows and damages the crops, so that's useful to know. And we have started to cut this grass field. We marked that out, so I think we've marked almost all of these now, to be honest, which is useful to know. Let's drop this. Let's grab the windrower, which we also need to fold. Left that unfolded. That was, of course, the fateful episode where the tractor disappeared. Still smarts, that does. Still, although we have had curveballs, we've dealt with them all, and we are still on £54,612, which is, for us, is a monumental amount. Absolutely monumental. We've got all of our fields planted. We're cutting the grass. Hopefully going to earn a bit of money off our own back over these next... probably the next session will be literally spent earning money, or, well, laying the groundwork. We all know that silage takes a couple of days to actually ferment, but we should be cutting grass, sticking that in the silo and letting that ferment, and then we'll be getting some profits from our own work rather than somebody else's fields, which is really useful. The other thing is, I suppose, thinking about this, we ought to be saving up for a combine. Even second hand, I'm still going to need... Yeah, in fact, well, let's just leave it at that. I'll show you the harvester I'd like. My go-to, in this instance, starter harvester, is that one, the case. But I'm not sure this time whether to go for the Dominator. Yeah. Go, shake it up a little bit. Think I might. Not only is it cheaper, I would chip it. I would, definitely. So if we went second hand and we went tuning, we would be paying 29,000, 7,500 storage. And header, if we chipped that, what 410 horsepower, that should be able to cope with the 9 meter header, shouldn't it? So then if we went for headers, it's all go for the 9 meter Russell Mash with the built-in Draper stream. I love that. Trouble is there a Draper? No, there isn't, is there? There's not a 9 meter you can actually make into a class. Oh well, I'm lucky that doesn't bother me too much. I suppose we could go for a Cressoni 7.2. Oh, hang on, there is a 9 meter lizard. Ooh. So how much would you be second hand? Oh wow, that would be the one we would go for, definitely. I know that's not class colours, but so the price of that is dearer. So we need about 80,000. That is dearer than the actual harvester itself. Let's have a look how much design colour would be. What class? Actually, though, that's white, isn't it? I think the design. Yeah, the ends are white. Main colour would be class. I'm not sure if the class is as simple as that. What about the rim colour? Isn't that red? I think it is, isn't it? Let's have a quick look at a class header. Or maybe it's not. No, it's just green and red. Sure. Oh, it's not got wheels though, has it? So, yeah, that has got white on the ends of it. I thought it did have. Yeah, and it has got red on the wheels. Yeah, so I was right. Right, smashing. So that's 80 odd grand. So truthfully speaking, I think we will be. Yeah, we'll stick with the tractors we've got. We'll make do this first year because I think harvester is definitely. It's early summer. We're going to get a bit of money from our silage harvest that we're just laying the groundwork for now. So next time, cut the grass, windrow it. Put it in the bunker silo and let that go off, spend that, and we should just about have enough money for our harvester, which would be a nice place to be. Harvest all of that, see what we get from that, and then over winter we'll do wood chips. Of course, there might be a few contracts in between, which would be nice, to be honest. We're going to leave it there. So with no further ado, so this doesn't become a mega long session, I'm going to say, in fact, actually, is he finished? Oh my life, he has. Excellent. Thank you very much, young man, for your. Well, that's brilliant. So that's actually cut. Excellent. So, with no further ado, our field cut, the first one. Next time we shall windrow. I'm not trying to. Oh, I keep forgetting it's. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope you're going to continue on this journey with us to see where we're going. We've certainly set some directions. We've got some plans in the offing. So, hopefully you stick around to see where those plans actually go. And hopefully that we shall get to the bottom of the contract system, of any issues with that. We had no issues today with having better contracts off and the increased amount of contracts mod as well. So, yeah, everything went. I would like to test a baling on though. That would be my ultimate goal. So we shall see, but no issues today, no weirdnesses that have been caused by contracts. So that's nice to know. So with no further ado, I'm going to say thanks for watching and goodbye for now.